Punching. Video 2. Loads and design. We move on to loads, where up to 10 load cases can be specified. For inner columns, as in this case, a punching force and possible associated moments about the x and y axis are defined. These moments are the column moments with which an eccentricity factor can be calculated. If the column is eccentrically placed, it is important to take this into account by such a factor. If the column is specified with a hinged connection to the plate in an earlier analysis, no moments in the column are obtained, but account to the eccentricity must nevertheless be taken in the punching calculation. Alternatively, the column is then calculated as rigidly connected to the plate to get the size of these moments, or the punching load is specified as 4 times the load on the largest quarter of the area that affects the column in question. We define 2 load cases. The first with a punching load of 340 kN and moments mx 25.8 kN and my 14.2 kN. The other has a punching load 370 kN and moments 12 and 7 kN. Moments must only be specified for inner columns in the program. For edge and corner columns are instead the simplified eccentricity factors listed in Eurocode 2 used, which are beta 1.4 for edge and beta 1.5 for corner columns. We wait with the option shear reinforcement to see if such is required. We now make a calculation and select calculate and then capacity. We see that the symbolic reinforcement bars are colored blue, indicating that the capacity is sufficient. The capacity is checked for the column parameter at the column edge and for the control parameter at the distance 2d from the column, where d is the effective height. We choose result capacity and see that the capacity is adequate for both load cases, as well at the column parameter as at the control parameter. Under result general, the length of the column parameter and the control parameter is shown, as well as the value of the eccentricity factor for each load case. The capacity is sufficient without shear reinforcement, so we go back to loads and increase them. We change the punching force for load case 1 to 450 kN and for load case 2 to 570 kN. And calculate again. We now see that the capacity at the control parameter is inadequate. The shear stress is 1006 kN per square meter, while the capacity is only 679.